Thinking about launching a podcast but overwhelmed by all the moving parts? At Turnkey Podcast Productions, we take the hassle out of podcasting so you can focus on the talk, not the tech. From concept to launch, guest booking to post-production, we handle everything. Need a strategy to grow your show and turn guests into clients? Yep, we do that too. DIY or done for you, we've got the solution that fits. Whether you're just getting started or ready to scale, Turnkey is your behind-the-scenes podcast team. Turnkey Podcast Productions. Your voice, your message, fully produced. Learn more at turnkeypodcast.com/contact. That's turnkeypodcast.com/contact.
The Nice Guys on Business podcast. Yeah, these go to 11.
We have all of those topics, so solar, Buc-ee's, and the trifecta of death that we...
All of those except the trifecta, I think, can wait till next week. I mean, the trifecta can wait. It's not like they're coming back to life.
Okay. That's true. So Ozzy, Malcolm, and Hulk, obviously
not the Incredible Hulk. It would be Hulk Hogan.
No, not Bill Bixby.
Right.
Bill Bixby, I believe, is already dead.
This podcast has never been listened to. Do you see the old tagger on it? That's right. Brand new. Never been listened to. What? No, you can't listen. No one has ever heard it. Don't look anymore. You've looked at it long enough. Who am I kidding? No one would want to listen to the Nice Guys on Business anyway. Most days, they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your two favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
Okay, now we're good. I am recording to the cloud.
To the cloud, because God forbid you should have to actually copy a file after it goes. Okay, so it is now really, really time to make the donuts. And so do you know what I'm doing?
Drinking
here? Exactly. Here we go. Let's see if Zoom doesn't cut this out automatically with the algorithm.
Ready.
There we go.
That was good. I heard the click. It almost...
It's like ASMR, right? I'm pouring my shiner right in front of the microphone.
What does ASMR mean?
Oh shit, what does it stand for?
As soon as
it's an audio. It's like it's something for sound. It's like when it's a TikTok and YouTube thing. Like you like the sound of certain things, right? And like they record it really close up, but it's just about the sound, right?
It's a subjective experience of low-grade euphoria characterized by a combination of positive feelings and distinct static-like tingling sensation of the skin. It's caused by like a sound that you hear or something that is played back to you. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I said, right? It's exactly what
something like that. Exactly.
I don't know. It's like a millennial thing or a Gen Z. I don't even fucking know. Who knows?
Well, it does get my mouth watering anytime I hear the, a little of the sound of like a bottle opening and there's the beer foam coming out of the top.
Well, that's just Pavlov's dog right there. Yeah,
I got it. So I know we got a bunch of things that we want to talk about, but I know the first thing that we need to do is what we promised everybody that we would do last week. Is that the first thing we're going to do?
Well, yeah, isn't it?
There was no
Isn't
payoff
that what we said we were going to do? The voicemails.
And I don't know why that doesn't make me very happy, because we could get rid of, some of the ones that have been hanging out a little bit longer and maybe at this point have reached the expiration date. But we'll just forge right forward, because I do have other things that I really want to talk about too, but they are not more important than what we promised our entire community that we would be doing.
That is absolutely true. I don't remember the timeline we said. I think we said we would get to the voicemail by Jared Music within 5 minutes. And
okay.
Actually get to voicemails within, but I don't remember what the actual time was. And the whole scale thing, it's so funny.
It's like
different people have different definitions of what is stale versus not stale too. You know, you
Right.
seem very hung up on that. You're the kind of guy where like for me, again, I think this is a Gen X thing for me. It's like when somebody's like, oh man, that's like a week past the expiration date. I'm going to like pull it out of the fridge. I'm going to smell it and go, smells fine to me. I don't know.
Well, it's not just food products. It could be other things too. It could be like voicemails. I mean, that's important. It could be a product that might be, would you use, for example, I don't know, let's say face cream. Would you use a face cream that you opened up and you like saw maybe some yellowing signs of the face cream, maybe mix the face cream back in so it's more of a consistent color, you know, a little bit of separation going on. Paint is another example. Would you use a paint that's been in your garage for like 4 years, hot, cold, you know, weather extremes, all sorts of things? Just go ahead and mix it back up and put it on your wall. Would you do that?
If it mixed without lumps, sure, why not?
Well, if that's the only qualifier.
I mean, shit. If I had happened to have put it on the wall 4 years ago, it's still there and still working, right? So what's the difference?
And you know, it did age the same amount that the paint that's up on the wall aged. So it probably is not a bad idea. Maybe
Right?
that was a bad example. I don't know.
Okay, we're just gonna jump in. You have your
Wow.
list.
We are doing it. I got my list
I know.
right here. I got my list.
Okay, I'm glad. So I should dig in. I might need another beer because it's going to be a long one. Is that what you're trying to say?
So it could be long. It could be long.
All right.
You know, the other thing that we could do, and maybe this is for future episode consideration, I don't know. And we've thought about this, and we may have even done this for a handful of episodes way back in the beginning. Didn't we used to use like Zencaster at one point where we were recording audio and then we have a cleaner copy of the audio? Not that that's important to us, but didn't we use Zencaster for a little while?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I most recently I got an advertisement from not Riverside. What's the other one? StreamYard.
Okay.
StreamYard said, "Hey, we got a 40% discount for your entire first year if you're interested in using StreamYard." And then it got me thinking again. How cool would it be? It sounds like extra work I'm about to give us. How cool would it be to actually do these episodes where people could watch them live on our Facebook channel or YouTube or anywhere that you don't seem to? You're like, what are you getting at, Doug?
Yeah. You just hit the nail on the head. Seems like more work.
Okay, that's fine.
And by the way, we
Yeah.
have it on Zoom. We could record the video and post it if we wanted to.
Yeah,
right
that's
now. We don't need.
that's more work though. That's for sure more work. This is more like as we are doing it, it's being posted and then it will just automatically put whatever, fuck it. It's too much. Just the thought process is too much work.
And there's a way you've done that before where we've been on Zoom and you're streaming on Facebook at the same time, right?
Yeah, I guess we could do that. And then Facebook knocked us out of the group with our recordings because some setting or preference had changed and I didn't feel like figuring it out and figuring out the set. We just dropped it. You know what? Forget I said it. Can
Why
we go
would
back to
people
the
wanna
very
look at us anyway now?
beginning? I know today I'm like no shower. My beard is extra long, which means it's extra gray. But you're right about all that shit. Let's just play.
Okay, let's get to it.
Yeah, you really did it.
We got a voicemail from Jared. I said a voicemail from Jared. You know a voicemail from Jared. Nobody else will call.
No one realized that Tom Cruise's unusual
What's that? Whoa. Something about Tom Cruise. That's all I heard. What do you do? You're like distracted. We're literally 3 minutes in and you're already distracted by something.
I was trying to find our YouTube channel for the Nice Guys on Business.
Yeah. Do we have one of those?
Well, yeah, and I think I was trying to figure out if the podcast episodes are posting on there automatically, and I hit the wrong thing. So
I don't know that do we really have a YouTube channel for the Nice Guys on Business?
I don't know.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Have you ever hit that button right there? Have you ever hit that button?
Oh, the red alarm button?
Yeah, on your car. Well, you probably you don't even have a car key, do you?
No, I don't. But I think when I did have one, I hit that a couple times. Maybe I was going to say when I was
Accidentally.
looking for my car when I couldn't find it.
Right.
But usually I'll just hit the unlock or the lock. So I'll just tweet, 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 tweet.
Right. I got it. Hey, what happens? I'm curious with a Tesla. What happens if you lose your phone? How
There
do you
is
get
a
in your
little,
car?
well, there is a little card
Yeah.
that looks like a credit card that you can
Uh-huh.
use. It's called a valet key,
Right.
but you'd have to have that. I typically don't carry that around. So
What if you lose the card and your phone? Are you SOL, or can you call like Sally or Amanda and have them start the car and let you bring it home from wherever you are? Would that be possible?
that's an interesting thought. I could call somebody to unlock it remotely,
Right.
like somebody else who has access. I don't know if they could actually start it and have it run. I've never tried it. I don't know.
I'm just curious what would happen if, let's say, you don't lose your phone, but you actually like break your phone. Or you're in like who's your carrier? Who's your phone carrier?
Who's my
T-Mobile?
carrier? T-Mobile right now. Yeah.
Okay, so you're in T-Mobile right now. I love
I
that.
know I'm changing soon.
Oh, you
They're
are.
too
Oh, cool.
expensive,
We
yeah.
got to talk about that. So we won't do that before first
More
message. I
shit to
promise.
talk about. Okay.
So you're in T-Mobile and you have to give up your phone, but then you realize, oh shit, I need to just run a quick errand. Do you have to go back into T-Mobile to gather your phone before you could do that?
What's the scenario again? I've left
Okay,
my phone in T-Mobile because they're doing something to
Yeah,
it.
let's say that you need something done with your phone, and do you ever do that where you go into, like, my mom always goes into AT&T even though she has a T-Mobile account. It's hilarious. She walks into AT&T and they just don't have the heart to tell a 92-year-old, ma'am, you haven't had AT&T for literally 6 years, but you
Oh
were
my
still
God.
coming in our store. So they resolve her problems. Very nice of them to do that at the AT&T store for a T-Mobile account. Anywho, so you walk into T-Mobile and I have a scenario, and you're moving to a new phone and they have to handle the transfer there. Do they still have to do that in the stores, or can you do that on your own anymore?
You can do that on your own, but let's say that I'm lame and I can't do it on my own. And I want to get it done in the store. Okay.
And while you're in the T-Mobile store and you leave them your phone, you have to run a quick errand. Can you tell them at the T-Mobile store, just start my car for me? What happens if you need to use your phone or your car when your phone is not with you?
I will let you know as soon as that scenario comes up, Doug.
God, it's going to happen. Now that I've said it, law of attraction, it's going to happen right now. Not
I've
right
had
now.
the car for 6.5 years and it hasn't happened yet,
Strickland, your time is coming.
apparently. Okay.
So you've never broken your phone and been without, never dropped your phone in the water and the water. I have so
I
many
take very good care of
scenarios.
I have so many friends and relatives who like crack the screens on their phones regularly.
Right,
I have
right.
never, ever broken the screen, cracked the glass on any phone that I've had in the last 10, 15 years.
What do you think about the personalities of people that have cracked screens? Do you feel like they're just lazy, shiftless, and not deserving of nice things?
Look, I don't judge. I think these things happen. I mean, I can't say I've never dropped my phone. It
Oh
just
my
doesn't
God.
happen often, but maybe the cases I buy protect it well enough. I don't know.
You still wear your
Have
phone
you-
on your belt? You still do that?
Hey, trust me, if it didn't look so geeky, like if you could do a belt clip, I would totally do it. It's just the nerd thing. I throw it in my pocket now, but I'd much rather have it right on my hip. It'd be easy.
I just put it in my man purse. You know me, and you've refused to carry one of those. I don't know why. It's the greatest thing ever.
Have you ever broken the screen on your phone?
No, never. I've put some like stress lines in the glass protector that's on the on the glass front, but never the glass itself.
Okay, can we get to the voicemails now?
Yeah, don't forget.
Since we have
I forgot. I wanted to write it down. I want to talk about Buc-ee's also. That's one other thing.
so you have a whole list of topics, and
I
now we're
do.
adding one more.
We're never going to get to all of them. We probably won't even get beyond how many voicemails do we have?
11.
Jesus.
These voicemails go to 11.
So just so everybody knows, these voicemails, no blame to Ashley at all for any kind of quality control issues that we have from today's voicemails. But today's voicemails were all dropped in to the voicemail folder and named by me. So
Nicely done.
Thank you. I don't know that they're going, like when we played Jared's voicemails, let's say, Do we play, if Jared left 4 voicemails, do we play all 4 of them together, or do we play them based upon the time that they came in sequence?
We always play them based on the time they came in from
Okay.
the sequence.
So we could have Jared, Jenny, Jared, Emily, Jared, Erica.
All of that is possible.
Wow. Okay. All right. I've got a really clear indication that I have not fucked things up completely. The other thing I wanted to real quick, just wanted to shout out to Phil Fornaro. Phil is he's actually he superseded the Nice Guys on Business podcast with his numbers, not total numbers, because he's only been podcasting for, I think this will be a year this month. But
Wow.
he is doubled, maybe even close to tripled our numbers this month.
And he's only been podcasting a year. I thought
I know.
he's been with us longer than that.
Oh, maybe he has, or maybe I'm confusing his longevity with other clients, but certainly
Still.
I'm not confusing the fact that he is kicking our ass, which really doesn't motivate me to want to do any more for myself. But I'm congratulations to Phil and Lightbulb Moments. Could you put a link, or tell the show notes writer to put a link in the show notes for
Sure.
Lightbulb Moments? That would be very kind of you.
Sure.
Okay, ready to get to our 11 voice. You know, we should just play these straight through and then come back and comment if we remember, or should we do what we normally do? Let's do what we normally do.
So my plan here,
Yeah.
my plan was to play the voicemail from Jared music and
Yeah.
go right into the voicemails. How well do you think that worked?
Well, come on. I see the gap that you left between the theme song and voicemail number 1.
Because
So-
I'm a realist. Now, if I had left no gap,
yeah.
would you have still interrupted?
If you did it like that, how it is right now?
Yeah.
No, I probably would have
Yes, you
still-
would have. You totally.
No,
fucking
no.
would
I
have.
said no. I probably still would have interrupted.
Oh,
is
yeah,
what
yeah.
I was
Okay,
saying.
good. Good. So, yeah. So the idea of going straight through without interruption, it's not realistic.
Okay, I am ready though. I'm ready to tune in. Go.
Okay, here we
Yeah.
go.
Hey, Doug, hey, Strick, Jared here. So you guys are talking about Steve O'Brien, opens, closes, and having the community say some things or get some ideas. And, you know, you mentioned the Bronco for OJ, and, you know, Strick's like, no, that's not, it's not gonna, man, I think you're wrong, Strick. Yeah, I think yes. You know, if the glove does not fit, it must be the Nice Guys on Business. I mean, come on. That's perfect for that, right?
That's actually pretty funny. That's a good one. Yeah.
I missed it. Hold on a second. I missed the joke. I don't know
Oh,
why.
Well,
Oh.
it was a little bit of a weird setup. I don't know if something got cut out or he just wasn't.
Oh, okay, good. It wasn't.
But
just
you know,
me.
it was about OJ. I said something about
okay.
because I think if I remember correctly, what we were saying last week was about quotes being timely, right? And
I think
it
this
was
is
something
now
about-
2 weeks ago now.
right.
Just
Well,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
But then even the Steve O'Brien quotes,
Yeah.
like we could get him to do new quotes, but it has to be either something really, you
Yeah.
know, like from The Godfather, right? Like
right.
that everybody knows, or it has to be timely. And I was like, yeah, like you made a comment about the OJ trial or something. I remember. and you know, Jared said, if it does not fit, you remember OJ,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
it
if the
does
glove
not
doesn't fit,
must
it, you must
acquit.
have quit. Right.
Right.
Exactly. Okay.
So, and well, Jared's suggestion was, if it doesn't fit, must be the Nice Guys on Business, which I think is very funny,
Yeah.
very appropriate, and actually,
Well, and I think it's pretty
timeless.
topical. I mean, if we're talking about current events and we're talking about OJ Simpson, I think it works here. I mean, I just think that's how. Did he die? I can't remember.
he did. Yes.
When did he die?
A couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years
Okay.
ago.
And that reminds me of another subject that we need to talk about it after all of these voicemails is we've got to talk about the trifecta of death that's occurred in the last week.
I hope you're writing this shit down because I'm.
I
not
got
gonna
it. I
remember
got
any
it
of
all. It's right on. Is that one of those MCPMs or whatever?
ASMR.
Right, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Paper will be a thing of the past. When you shake something like this, you'll be just shaking your phone. Like, have you ever tried to slam down your phone and hang up on somebody violently now? You just can't do
but-
it anymore.
And you realize that Zoom, Zoom sound algorithm cut out all of that.
Oh,
I heard nothing of that. I see you. I see you waving your paper, but I heard none of it.
I wonder if Zoom would cut out the slamming of the phone if I had a rotary phone. It wouldn't even know what a rotary fucking phone is anymore.
True. Very true.
Okay. Sorry, Jared. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Continue on, Strickland.
Yeah, so I just want to comment that, your idea of getting through all of these without you can't even get through one voicemail without
I
stopping.
wanted to make sure I was trailing along with the joke. It's a 2-week-old joke. My brain had to first deal with this was something we talked about 2 weeks ago, and I just couldn't wrap my head around that. Okay, now I'm ready. Do you need to rewind or just roll forward?
You know what is coming out very soon?
Don't tell me Deadpool 3.
No, that was already out.
Oh, Deadpool 4. Sorry,
not
Deadpool.
yet. The Police Files, the Liam Neeson one,
Really?
talking about OJ, right?
Okay.
Okay, never mind. Let's just
Oh shit, fellas. Enjoying the show today. Appreciate you guys, and yeah, man, it's always good to hear you guys. I always enjoy my Fridays, and I just couldn't resist that one. So, on another note, tied into that Steve O'Brien thing, I'm probably going to regret this. Who the hell am I kidding? Nobody's going to do it anyways. But I was thinking if you guys wanted me to collect some of the things from the community, I'll figure out a way to get a list, and then I can submit it to Steve O'Brien. You guys just pay for it, obviously, because, I'm a G-Bass. But you guys are committing to allowing some opens or closes from the community, unknown by you, totally not having a clue what they're going to be. So not only will you not edit them, but you can't edit them. And then I'm going to add a caveat to this, too, for Steve O'Brien.
Deep.
And obviously I haven't talked to Steve, so he might be hating me right now. But I talked to Steve about, what a cap could be, or you guys figure out what a cap could be of how many, and maybe we submit them to him. And then he has open license to change them in a way that makes sense to him, because he fucking nails you guys. He is perfect. He knows his shit, and I would trust his edits on some of that stuff. He can follow the heart of it, and then if he feels like something needs to be slightly different, he can make that change. So anyways, that's some of my thoughts on that. If you guys want to do that and want me to do something with it, let me know. All right, fellas. Appreciate you guys. And as always, I love the show. You guys take care.
Okay, so first of all, with Steve O'Brien, when I send him reads, I always specifically give him that instruction. Not that he needs it anymore from us, but change anything you want, ad lib anything you want. And he is fucking brilliant. The stuff that he ad libs is often funnier than what I've written.
Agreed.
Second thing, I love this idea, Jared, with one caveat. I don't want to do any fucking work. If you want to get the calls and you want to put a list together, as long as it's not 50 quotes, I don't care how many it is, if it's 10 or 20 or whatever Steve-O wants to charge us, we will pay it. So if you're willing to do the work, I'm willing to write the check to have him actually do it. I love this plan.
I'm pretty dumbfounded with that. Not because we don't think that it could be amazing and funny, and it could be something that we wouldn't have to do any work on. But it's kind of like, you remember being 16 or 17 and your mom needed something, and she's like, "I just signed a blank check for you," because pretty much what you just did was you just gave Jared a blank check. Now we could set a limit. We could say we have a $500 limit, which would probably be about, I don't even know how much does Steve O'Brien charge. I don't
know. He gives us the friends and family
discount. We still get the discount.
I don't even know.
Okay. Well, I don't know either. So would you prefer giving a dollar limit rather than I don't want to edit anything. That would be fine. I think that it would be great. Jared could come up with some great stuff. I'm just concerned that we're just writing a blank check that's signed and giving it to Jared to give to Steve. And
okay. Can I give you my thoughts on that?
Yes, please do.
So what Jared said was, if I heard correctly, he may write some of his own, but he's going to poll our listeners Was that correct?
Yeah, okay.
I think you see where I'm going with this now,
I
right?
just see where you're going.
Because at least from our experience, when we have polled our listeners,
Right.
with a few wonderful exceptions,
Yes.
like Erica and Emily and Jared, of course,
Sean.
and Tennessee Tim and Sean and Montreal Maurice.
Mhm. And JC.
That has not, and what?
JC.
And JC, JD.
JD. Sorry,
JD.
JD. Sorry, man.
Yeah, we have not gotten a lot of feedback, so that's why I'm not worried.
Ryan Bocross, Stephanie Sersland. You know,
Mhm.
I have a feeling that if there was one thing that would end up backfiring on us, it would be this.
I don't know. We've offered to give away money and flights and dinners and
that's
nothing,
true.
but you know,
That is true. That is true. I agree with you. Okay. I'm in, but I think we have to set some limit. There's got to be some, but you know what? It might be more fun if we don't set a limit.
Here's the deal. Yeah. Cause I'm not going to set a limit, but I will, if this comes to fruition, okay, I will give Jared, Steve O'Brien's contact info.
Yes.
Okay. And I will privately reach out to Steve O'Brien and say,
Okay.
hey, Steve, here's the deal. I don't need to know what any of these are. I don't need to know how many they are. All I'm saying is when you get the stuff to read, if it is going to cost us more than you set the amount,
Right.
let me know ahead of time.
Okay.
How's that?
Okay, I agree. I'm all on board with this because what I've heard is all I need to do is write the check.
Right, exactly. Now, what's the limit? You want to put $500 limit on there?
I need to know more about. Do you have any past invoices from Steve at all?
Do I have any past what?
I mean, I don't past invoices from Steve at all.
Yeah,
I don't want it to be like we get three voiceovers. I want it to be a healthy amount, and I don't know that. Fuck it. Just
Steve
whatever.
O'Brien is quite generous. If we were to set a $500 limit,
yes,
for us and our friends and family discount,
yes,
he would read fucking Lord of the Rings probably.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm in.
You don't need to worry about limiting it too much.
All right. So I would even say, just let me know if you think the amount is going to be unusual. I wouldn't set a dollar limit. Jared, we give you free reign. Let's do that. I love the first part of that where you reminded me gently that remember what happens when we poll our audience. So exactly. I'm on board, Strickland. I'm on board.
Okay,
let's
we ready
do it.
then?
Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Voicemail. Okay, here we go.
Hey, Stargaze Trick, Jared here. So, voicemail number 2.
Doing well.
You just listened to my voicemail about the Velcro aisle, and you're like, hey, do they put Velcro in more than one spot? Well, sometimes they do. A lot of times they end up on the side cap if they do an additional showing of it, but for the most part, that's just main home. So, all right, aisle 12, buddy, main home.
I totally lost the thread of that.
Okay, for what it's worth. Okay, so if you may remember, I was wandering around Home Depot, not finding anybody, and I wanted to know where the fucking Velcro was.
Where the Velcro is.
Nobody would tell me, or nobody knew properly where the Velcro was. And he said it could be in a couple different places, unless, of course, they're doing an end cap display. I would love something like Velcro to be on an end cap every now and again because one of the things I go in for oftentimes is Velcro. I don't know why I'm such a heavy duty Velcro user, but I do find it is the solution to many a problem in my house. Okay. Thanks, Jared. Thanks for the update.
Okay. Voicemail number 3.
And just so you know, also, I'm 100% on our first 2 voicemails so far. I got voicemail number 1 correctly in order. That was a hard one. Voicemail number 2, I got in order also. I'm just sharing with you that so far I want the praise that I deserve. That's part of me doing this part of the job. Sorry, just so you know.
You're doing a great job, Doug.
Thank you, Strickland.
Let's get the voicemails.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strick. Erica here, voicemail number 1. Doug, you had a question at the very end of the episode this last week, which is
2 weeks ago.
Because I'm listening, but it'll be next week by the time you hear this.
3 weeks.
You wanted to know about my husband's balls. Well, actually, I think you wanted to know about whether he was using and how he was doing with the Teej product. Yes, you had recommended it. Yes, I asked him about it, and he is in no way, shape, or form interested at all. He said powder in his guise is just not what he's up for. So he didn't even care about whether it came in sandalwood or anything else. He's just not a powder kind of guy. So that's the answer to that one. He's never ordered it. He's never tried it, and he has no interest. That one's just for your joy, I guess. Only you. What can I say? All right. Love you guys. Love the show, and may call back with more. We'll see. All right. Bye.
Yeah, I just want to clarify. I was not asking about her husband's balls. Okay.
I was.
You wanted to know.
I wanted to know if I didn't want to know about his balls. I mean, indirectly, I guess I wanted to know about his balls because I wanted to find out if he was using any of the Tiege products. I seem to recall that he said she said something when I first started receiving the product about sandalwood or original, I want to say flavor, but that's not right. Sandalwood or original scent. I thought it was Erica that had said that. So, but according to Erica just now, Steve is not interested in powdering the boys. So I don't know. That being said, just so those in our community know, I have a subscription to Tiege, and I also have as a part of the subscription, I also get the powder. This last shipment, I forgot to tell them to hold the powder, so I got an extra one. So if anybody in our community is interested in the Tiege powder, even though probably I would be using it, you know what? It's going to take me months and months and months to go through the powder. I mean, I have a powder keg of balls powder right now in my bathroom. So I would give you a sealed container of the Tiege product if you are in our community and would like to get a hold of it. Now, here is all you need to do. Just leave us a voicemail and tell us why you need, or your husband or partner needs, their balls powdered. Period. At the end. That's it. If you do that, we'll connect with you offline, get your address, and I will ship to you an unopened canister, a container of Tiege Hanley balls.
Personally, I don't want to know the why. Okay. You're welcome to keep the why to yourself, but all the rest, if Doug wants it, sure, why not?
I just want to hear the humor in the voicemail. That's all I'm looking for is, why do you feel like you need the balls powder? Maybe sticky balls? It could be smelly balls. I mean, I don't know. Could be any number of things. I would be interested.
I don't want to know the why.
Strickland doesn't want to know, so just leave me the voicemail. We'll play it, and Strickland will la himself all the way through that voicemail. Okay, we've got 3 voicemails down. I've done a yeoman's job so far.
3 voicemails down, 30 minutes in. Okay, at this rate, we're going to be here for another hour and a half.
We're doing fine, Strickland. You know what? There is no pressure to hurry through this episode, because I feel like even if we don't get to anything else, that's my problem. I don't want to be I don't want it to be our community's problem that we didn't play their voicemails. So we're going on to now voicemail number 4.
Okay.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strick. Erica here. Voicemail number 2. Now, one of 2 things is going to happen here. Either I'm going to be able to explain everything I want to say in one message, or it's going to cut me off. Mm-hmm. So I can't tell you which is going to happen. But I wanted to address 2 things from today's incredible episode, one of them being retirement, and the other being the whole mindless, mindful thing about cars and music. So let me start with retirement. So Doug asked the question of, do you ever think about retirement, Strickland? And you guys went back and forth about that for a while. And what I wanted to tell you both was this great analogy. Well, I don't know. It was in a greeting card, actually. So, you know, when you go to a garage for car repairs and they put your car up on one of the lifts and they, you know, jack the car way up high, and they go to change all the wheels or the tires or work under the chassis or whatever you call underneath the car. I don't even know. So on this greeting card one time, it said happy re-tirement, and it had the car on a picture of the car up on the lift and somebody changing the tires. And I thought, God, that's so brilliant. You know, that is what retirement is about. It's not about stopping doing things. It's about retiring. It's about putting on new tires. It's about what do you want to do with this next journey in your life. And I know for me, you know, Doug, I got 8 years on you, you know,
and Strickland,
on both of you actually. And so I'm never going to retire with the usual sense, but I am continually retiring. And I think this is going to cut me off in a little bit, so I'll say more about what I mean by the tie and the link between this and when you mentioned mindlessness. But I love the idea of retiring, don't you? I mean, I just think that's so much fun to think about, okay, what kind of new tires do I want next? So that's it for this message. I'll call you back for another one. All right. Love you guys. Love the show. Bye.
In theory, yeah, I do 100% like the thought process of what's coming next. But
new journeys. I love new journeys. And I agree with you 100%, Erica. Retirement. I just never thought about it that way. It's the what's it called? The literal translation of what your new journey is. I'm retiring. Nicely said. But what didn't you like about it? You were about to say something that you, or
no,
maybe.
Well, there's the literal translation and the idea of it, and then there's the reality. I think for most people, the reality is, you know, you're retiring from work, and yeah, some people are going to pick up golf or knitting or crocheting or fishing or whatever, and
That's not your thing. You don't. Yeah, I don't think you have any of those things. Though.
That's it. There's nothing like if I had another 40 or 50 hours a week free, what would I do? I'm like, I'd be bored. There's nothing that I've thought to myself, man, I really want to learn how to do this. I really want to put a whole lot more time into this.
I look at it as the overall like mindset of retirement. That means if you're at a point in your life where you can retire, meaning you can stop this journey and move on to the next journey, you probably are financially in a position to feel comfortable with the next part of your life. Because oftentimes when I think about retirement, I don't think about I'm moving on to my next career. I think about I'm going from my career to I'm going to the relaxing part of my life. That is the next thing. And I don't know. I think that I would be challenged no matter how much money I have in the bank. And you know how focused oftentimes I am on the dollars of things. I don't know that I'm ever going to get to a point where I'm like, well, I have enough money now that I can retire, because whatever I have, I think more, which is a horrible goal to have, is oftentimes my goal. More money in the bank before I can retire or find that new journey. Although I'll tell you, the transition between my DJ business, which was probably a 60 to 80 hour a week business, not all gigging, but setting up gigs and calling clients and all that, to turnkey and then solely turnkey, has been an eye-opening transition for me, because I didn't think I could work this little and make as much money as I make. So this is good. This is a good thing. And I'm not saying I'm rich. I'm just saying I feel like, wow, I never would be able to fathom having a business model where I could actually do less and make more money. And that's kind of what we have set up as our wonderful business plan, which is I think I sent you a message the other day. I'm like, this is the best thing ever, so, or something
we
like
have
that.
Definitely come up with a good business plan.
Yeah.
In fact, I was just looking at the bank account,
Yes.
actually my personal bank account, and I saw a deposit that was coming in for a very specific amount. And I'm like, what is that from? And then I remembered you should have one coming in as well.
I do, but I have one triple that because I have 3 investment properties and you have the one.
Oh, no, not that one. I was thinking about a different one from a recent trip that we took.
Oh, yeah. I got mine already. Yes.
Yeah. I just got mine today. I'm like, that's exciting.
Yeah. Well, I got mine a couple of days ago and I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah. And then the other thing, which you probably got an email today on, was for the investment property.
Exactly.
And that's oftentimes like, oh, yeah, that's right. That's good. I just don't know where that is going. Like at some point, well, we'll talk about that later. We got plenty of voicemails to get to.
We've still got 6 more voicemails.
Okay, that was good. Thank you, Erica. Way to kind of help me put my brain on backwards when it comes to retirement. And I like your analogy or your metaphor.
Exactly. Okay, here we go. Next voicemail.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strick. Erica here with voicemail number 3. So sort of kind of picking up where
hold
I
on a
left
second.
off.
Wait a minute. Did I mess up there?
I don't know. This is her.
Did she leave 2 before that? Was the other? Okay, so the other 2 preceded this one.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
See, that's what happens when you interrupt so much.
As you
can't
were.
remember these
As
things.
you were.
Talk about the other thing you mentioned. Well, you mentioned so many today. It was incredible. But one of the other things, Doug, you said, oh, yeah, I can go out there and work on cars. It's totally mindless, blah, blah, blah. And Strickland said, well, I can do that with, music and figuring out how we're going to set up all the recording of Sally's new music and all that kind of stuff. And what I realized is, it's not that it's mindless. It's that it's mindful. And that is the secret, right? Because Doug, when you're out there working on the car or Strickland's working on music, you get lost in the moment with the stuff that you're working on. You tune out the whole rest of the world. Nothing else matters. And you're literally just like putting your attention right there. And they call that mindfulness. And I think that's really it. Now, for me, it's not working on cars and it's not doing music. It's a lot of other things, spending time outside, writing poems, and predominantly when I do 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzles, the same thing happens. All my energy goes into that one thing. The rest of the world goes to hell and in a handbasket. I don't pay attention. And right now, more and more, I think, given what's going on in the state of the country and the world, we all need a little bit more of that. So no wonder you're thinking about retiring, meaning putting on new tires, and the possibility of how can I do more of that fun stuff where I just focus on, something that really grabs my attention and takes me away. So that's it. I'm just pontificating for the day. Love you both. Love the show. As always, I'm one of your biggest fans, and I'll come on and be a guest anytime soon. And
she's good.
Chat with you guys. All right, love you. Bye.
That is an excellent reframing, because you're right. It's not doing nothing. It's doing something mindfully, and I really like that framing because it is 100% true. Absolutely.
What are the activities? I can think of maybe a few that I can do and just completely get immersed in the activity. So much so that if I, let's say, get up and start some car work, like, oh, I just need to take care of this one thing, and then it leads to another thing and another thing. If I'm working on the trucks, I mean, literally, I could turn around. It could be 2 p.m, and I'm like, I haven't even had coffee yet today. So, and sometimes I'm literally in my truck working on it in my pajamas. It's like, whoa, when did that evaporate? But, and 100% correct. Meditation is just like that. I could be sitting there, not thinking about anything, and nothing creeps into my brain because I'm thinking about, I don't want to say I'm thinking about nothing, but I'm thinking about everything that's important to me. And I feel like I'm in that zone when I'm in the truck. Is there any activity that you do that's like that?
Yeah, but I can't talk about it on the show.
Oh, okay. I understand.
No, I definitely get, I don't have anything currently that I can think of where I kind of get into that flow state.
Right. Flow state.
But there definitely have been things in the past, I'm pretty ADD or, ADHD, and like, if there's some task that I'm like totally focused on, it's like there's nothing else, and I just dive into it and completely lose track of time.
Check out Erica bringing, between the retirement and the mindfulness as opposed to mindlessness. It just, completely change your perspective. If you want to change the way you look, to change the way you look at things. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Oh! That is like that's one of those endless cycles that is like, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Okay.
Damn.
Chew on that for a little while, nice guy community. Thank you, Erica, for sharing. You just got me in that zone where I just need to focus on focus on it slightly differently. Okay. Next voicemail.
Okay.
Hey there, Doug. Hey there, Strick. Erica here. Voicemail number, I think, 4. Oh my God,
Whoa.
there's so much material in this episode.
Mhm.
There may be more. I don't know. I'll try to stop with 4. In this one, 2 ideas. You know, when Doug goes on his cruise, Strickland, you're going to have so much wonderful free time to do episodes. You can either do another one of your fabulous Strickland solos, and you can even bring incredulous Strickland to the mic, and we wouldn't turn it down. But also, you could invite Tim on to give us coffee tips, because we haven't heard Tim in a very long time.
Very long time.
True.
And also, you could bring on Jared, and he can give us house building tips or house repair tips or, you know, all that kind of stuff. So there's that. And the other is that, Doug, you were mentioning doing stuff, you're trying to get rid of the stuff that you do at work that you don't want to be doing. So I'll put in another idea. You got to hire me. I don't know why, but I think I need to be part of the turnkey team.
Oh,
So
okay.
maybe I'll just be your idea person. But, you know, think about it. What do you want to offload? Maybe I want to do it. That's it for now. Love you guys. Love the show. Hopefully there won't be voicemail number 5. All right. Bye.
Yeah, I am gonna. Well, when's your cruise? October, right?
There's always room for another trainer. We always have room for someone else that is detail. Anybody that does puzzles is good at training. I can tell you that. Just putting those 2 things together, I could say, this would be an interesting opportunity here. Think about it. It could work.
We should definitely talk about it. Okay. Voicemail number 7.
Okay, I'm going into the standing position now because
Okay.
it's sitting too
Hey,
long.
Doug, hey, Strick, Jared here. So you guys are talking about the truck and the AC. You took it to him once, and you told him that it wasn't working, and he said, "Oh, let's charge it up." I'm curious, why didn't he offer to pressure check it when you first brought it in? I mean, that just seems like the most common sense thing to do because it's brand new. You filled it up. It obviously leaked out somewhere. Yeah, maybe it cost you a few extra dollars to have him do that, but I would just think that, hey, let's find out if there's an active leak or if it was a fluke. Let's just pressure check it. And then to fix it a second time and say it's good to go and then to be leaking, yeah, I feel like he needs to take care of that because he told you he fixed the problem. But I know in a lot of cases mechanics won't, because it could be something different, and they have to go through a process of elimination. But if you pressure check it, you find the issue. Now, granted, I don't know that system, but if they find the issue, they should be able to tighten it up, check it again, make sure that was the only issue. It feels like he just finds one thing, fixes it, charges you, and moves on and doesn't care. So I don't know. That's fucking crazy, though. I would talk to him. I would at least talk to him and be like, dude, you gonna make this right or what? You said you had it fixed, and it's not fixed. Just give him the chance to make it right. So, all right, fellas. Appreciate you guys, and enjoy the show. See ya.
Yeah, I don't disagree
I
with
don't
Jared
either.
at all. I wasn't there, but when you told me, well, yeah, I paid him to do this, and then it basically didn't work, or it worked for 2 days. So I went back to him and asked him to do it again. Like, did he not say, I wonder why it didn't work the first time?
So-
Let's try and figure it out. Or did he just say, okay, number 2, here we go. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Well, he didn't charge me for the second go round.
Okay.
Okay, but he did charge me for the first time. He charged me $200. It was $189 plus tax to deal with the air conditioner. When I went in to pick it up the first time, he said, I've pressure checked it and I don't see any leaks, or I don't hear any leaks. Now, I followed up with him and I said, Did you use the fluorescent? They put a dye into their pressure checking so that they can see if there is a leak, where the leak is coming from. And he didn't give me a real clear answer. I thought some of that non-clarity, I think, was because of the language difference, and I wasn't 100% sure if he said yes, he did. When I took it to him the second time, I just wanted to be done with him. I wanted to be. He said he fixed it. I trusted him because if somebody said to you, "Hey, Strick, will you edit my podcast episode?" and then you do, and then he listens to it. He says, "Oh, hey, there's a mistake around 14 minutes in. Could you fix the edit?" And you say, "No problem, I will take care of it." And then you fix the edit, or you say you fix the edit, and he comes back again, and he listens to it, and he's like, "It's still fucking there. The mistake is still there." At some point, I want to say, you know what? My investment in this mistake was $200. I should just take it to somebody else. Now, I could take it back to him again, confront him, and say, "Look, it doesn't work. You need to fix this. You need to make this right," just like Jared said. I don't know that the solution is going to be with that guy. And in the meantime, I've wasted another several hours taking it to that guy. I'd rather just find somebody new. That's my perspective on it.
I concur. I agree. All that makes sense.
Okay. And I'll just get the discount off of Steve O'Brien's set of voicemails, set of voiceovers. Okay. Thank you, Jared. But I appreciate you saying that. I had forgotten completely about the air conditioner until you just brought it up. Now I'm like, my fritters are refried again. Thank you. Okay. Next voicemail.
Here we go.
Number
Next
8.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Shrek. Jared here. Voicemail number 2.
Oh, we're on to
Hey,
this
fellas,
week's
I'm
voicemail.
really enjoying.
Right. This is number 2 from this week.
This week,
We've
okay.
gotten rid of all the stale ones
Oh,
now.
my God.
Doug's definition of stale. Yeah.
Well, look at that first one. I mean, there was something growing on it. I could tell, even digitally, there was some fuzz on there.
I don't know why I even said anything. Okay, here we go. Let's just continue, please.
Hey, fellas, I'm really enjoying the episode today, talking about what you guys got going on, and I always love that. And but holy fuck, I was listening and thought I gotta reach out to Strick, and I thought they got to be about done. And so I talked with Strick, and then I come back to finish listening, and it's you guys spend a lot of time on this topic, and hey, I'm loving it, but I have a feeling others aren't. I mean, there were some points in times listening that, I was starting to have heart palpitations and worry for the life of Strickland. But other than that, yeah, wonderful.
What's the topic?
I have no idea.
Doug, you are mentioning that you find it hard to believe there's 3 breakers and the house is 3 years old. So you would be amazed at the shit that is pushed out in homes. I'm going to give you a recommendation. Sci-Fi Home Inspection, CYFY. He's on Instagram, probably on YouTube. You want to see what kind of shit goes down in builder homes and what kind of shit they try to pass off, and you want to get some inkling as to, oh my God, how much money are they paying the building inspectors if the building inspectors are allowing this shit to happen? You will see how massive, and this is just one guy, and I think he's in Arizona, how much shit one guy finds in a home after home after home. He's got to spend 4 hours on a home inspection. I used to do that. I mean, it's a lot of fucking work, but the amount of things this guy finds, it has to take him at least 4 hours on site and probably even more to write up his fucking reports. But anyways, go check him out, and you'll start to see what kind of, you look at it like, how is that not like, how is the builder fighting that? How did they leave that go? Well, that's what subwork gets you when they're trying to hire the cheapest person on the face of the fucking earth to do the work. Anyways, yes, I 100% think that it, as weird as it seems, it's 100% possible that not only is work shabby in homes, but that they also use subpar parts. And like Strick said, they could have just gotten a really good buy on a whole bunch of breakers that happen to have some issues. I've dealt with a lot of builders, and I've seen some of the stuff they do. So, all right, fellas, appreciate you guys, and as always, love the show, and it's just like a cherry on top this week. See you, fellas.
Okay, we are 52 minutes in. So I don't want to go into a detail about this, but I
Okay,
did
good.
figure out
I'm
what
glad.
the problem was.
I'm glad that. Oh, good. So you have a solution. I'm so glad that you didn't say, "Hey, look, we're 55 minutes in. We just aren't going to have time to get to 9, 10, and
No,
11."
no.
Okay, I do want to know what the solution is. I was about to ask you, what is the resolve here?
Well, I still don't know what the RCA, the root cause of the problem is.
Very good technical term.
But it was the specific circuit that I was using.
Wait, when you say circuit, you mean breaker?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Okay.
Because I tried it, I had tested it across 2 different outlets,
Explain.
but they were like, I plugged it into one.
Oh, okay. So you took your smoker and you plugged it into another outlet that was attached to another breaker.
Right. Well, the
Okay.
original testing that I did,
Yes.
because I thought it might have been the breaker specifically,
Right.
was I had one outlet that I plugged it into. And so I went and tested it on a different outlet, but it turned out that different outlet that I thought was on a different circuit was actually on the same circuit.
Oh, okay. Well, it proved that it would happen again on another outlet, but that was on the same circuit. Now, did you ever try a hair dryer on that same circuit?
I did, and it did not pop it. It is something specific to the smoker,
Huh.
but the circuit that one's on,
Yeah.
there are about 6 different outlets on that one circuit. There are
Okay.
2 outside and then 4 in my
inside.
bedroom. Now,
That whoa, that does not. I
Right.
don't know if that's even. It should. I don't think it should. I think, Jared, I know you're our tool time guy here, but should you be running circuits that are inside and outside on the same circuit? That
I
doesn't
know it seemed
make any
weird
sense.
to me
Okay.
too.
Okay,
right?
Go ahead. Keep going.
And each one has a
GFI.
out of 6, at least 4 of them have GFCI.
Okay.
And
got it.
so what can happen that Jared pointed out to me is that or it might have been the electrician, I remember, is that if you have one circuit that's on a GFCI,
Yep.
basically a 20 amp circuit turns into like an 18 amp circuit, right? It
okay.
basically reduces the power a little bit because
Okay.
your 20 amp circuit breaker in the wall is saying, hey,
Yeah,
there
I
are
gotcha.
more than 20 amps trying to be pulled. I'm going to pop. The
But your
GFCI is the
smoker-
pre-pop.
But your
Right, but-
smoker is not even close.
No, nowhere near.
Nowhere
But
near that.
The GFCI is like a pre-pop.
I got you. It's a couple of amps lower than
Right.
the circuit itself.
Because it's like 2 stages. Well, apparently, if there are like 4 GFCIs on the same circuit,
Mhm.
it kind of each one
Oh.
independently lowers the
Wow.
rating. So, like, really, instead of having like 18 amps on this circuit, I got maybe 12, 13 because there's so many GFCIs on here. If anybody knows electricity or electricians better than me and I'm explaining it wrong, please
Which is everybody.
let me know. Which is everybody. Yeah, I'm.
So
do not
so
say
what
that I'm
was
an
your
expert on this
solution though?
shit.
Did you actually replace the circuit itself, or did that was not going to be really?
did
you need
that,
to yeah,
And it
uh-huh.
didn't fix it.
Okay, so in other words, you probably need to pull some of those GFCI outlets, or run a straight outlet, a dedicated outlet directly to that outside plug.
Well, what I did instead was I ran an extension cord I plugged it directly into a circuit
Right.
that was
one.
not a
Right.
GFCI circuit,
Right.
and it worked fine.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, I wanted to make sure it wasn't my extension cord, right? Like the cord could have a short or something in
Right.
it.
Of course.
And also this outlet is way on the far side of the garage. So I used the extension cord and the same non-GFCI, and it worked fine. And I've smoked a number of things since then, and everything works fine. And so it definitely was the circuit, although I still don't know specifically why the combination of the smoker and that circuit is popping other circuits. Just to clarify for anybody that didn't listen 2 weeks ago,
Yes.
it's not that my circuit is popping, that the smoker is on. It's popping other circuits in the board that are not that one. It makes no fucking sense.
And have you contacted the builder yet?
No.
Okay, and that would be number one. And secondly, and we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, but I'm
Has
so far
it-
out of warranty with the builder. Like, what are they going to say? They're not going to like.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, look, you could, if you have a crime that is committed today and it was
Mhm.
something that was initiated 10 years ago, it doesn't mean you don't have the ability to call bullshit on the committer of the crime from 10 years ago. You just discovered it today.
Yeah, but that depends on the crime. Most
Well-
crimes have a statute of limitations of 7 years.
Well, I would consider this very similar to, let's say like rape, for example. This is very similar to that, Strickland. And I would say that you're being raped by your builder right now. And you need to be a whistleblower. You need to be a whistleblower in this case, because you know what?
That took a very dark turn. I would like to change that. Let's say that somebody robbed me. They took money out of my bank
Right.
account,
Uh-huh.
and it happened to be 10 years ago.
Right.
But I just discovered it.
Okay.
And I have even if I have irrefutable evidence that it was done and that the person that did it, sure, I could go back to them and wave my finger at them and say, "You're a bad person. You stole from me." And what's he going to do? He's going to tell me to fuck off.
And I would say I have some pretty committed friends and some friends in some pretty high places, and you better watch out. You better look out for that bomb under your car. There is another dark turn right there. I call the builder just to say, hey, I just want to let you know what is going on and how much it cost me. And I'm just telling you that you've put some faulty wire work in my house. All the circuits are correct. I don't understand why you need to have so many. You don't need, for example, a GFI attached. Like, where are the outlets? Do you need a GFI in your bedroom that is pulling the amperage down maybe 2 amps or something like that? You probably don't need a GFI in some locations that you have them. You have 6.
Do I need a warning on my lawnmower that says, "Don't put hands or feet under the mower because they
No.
may get cut off"?
No. But
That's
you do-
exactly why I have the GFCI on all my circuits. The exact same reason, because some idiot went and plugged 4 space heaters into one circuit and then couldn't figure out why the house burned down.
Oh, well, I would say that you need a GFI in a location where you, for example, could accidentally drop a hairdryer into your bathtub. That would be a obvious place.
Mhm.
Somewhere in your bedroom where you don't need to have, I don't know where they are. Outside, definitely, I would say for sure, because you get weather outside and that kind of shit could happen.
So when you look at your lawnmower and you
Mhm.
see a warning that says, "Don't put your hands or feet under here," don't you think that's overkill?
I do, but I would.
And I think all of my GFCIs on all
Oh.
of my circuits are overkill also.
Oh, so we're
But
agreeing.
that's how shit goes now. I totally agree with you.
But it's
But-
not the law that you need to have these outlets that are GFI protected in several spots where you. I mean, you got to talk to an electrician. I guess you got to do that. Anyway, you have the workaround, but does the workaround satisfying you? Are you okay with putting a extension cord into your garage to run your smoker that's 50 feet away? That's up to you. There's a certain level of inconvenience factor that's involved in this.
Okay, so let's walk through the alternative.
Okay.
Let's say I go back to the builder and I say, "This is happening." And he says, "Is it still under warranty? When did you buy the house?" And I
Is
would
that
say
really
3.5
the
years ago.
first thing that he's going to say? He's not going to look for you at your concern first?
No, he's not going to look at my fucking concern. He's going to look at his
God.
wallet first.
Oh my God.
But
Okay.
let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
Right. Let's just say that he's
Let's
concerned.
say he's
Just
a
say,
really
"Hey,
good guy and he's concerned.
is he still building homes in your development?"
Not sure, maybe.
Okay. Well,
But it's not like
a,
one guy. It's some fucking corporation.
it's a builder.
man.
So I would go back to the builder and say, "Hey, I want to let you know the circuits weren't run properly in my house. I'm getting a fault when I'm using something that shouldn't be creating a fault outside. Can you give me some information to help me avoid this?" You don't even have to say, "I want money." You could just say, "Can you give me information? Because I call an electrician and they want to charge me $185 just to come to my house to give me a $500 bill."
Yeah, except that I did pay an electrician to come out to my house and he gave me an explanation and it was wrong.
It was wrong. Okay, great. it's kind of the same reason I don't want to go back to this guy that obviously owes me $200 back or a fixed air conditioner. It's just like, I'll just deal with it. You know what? I'm just curious what your permanent workaround you feel is going to be. And you've just discovered one thing that's going to be of issue with that particular circuit. You don't know if there's going to be like, you guys haven't really lived in the house yet, have you? I mean, really like knocked around in the house and gotten some shit taken care of in your house. Have you done that? Or you feel like you're living at your house to the max capacity you could be living in it?
Well, I'm living in it pretty max capacity. There could be more things that I would do, but ultimately I put a lot of time and energy into troubleshooting this and looked up a lot of resources. And I right now am okay not knowing the answer. That's where I am.
Okay, I got it. That's good. You know, at 55 minutes into the episode, when you said I don't spend a lot of time on this, and 11 minutes later, we're still talking.
I was trying not to spend a lot of time, but you keep asking why I'm letting it go. And I'm trying to tell you, I'm letting it go for the same reason you're not going back to your AC guy. Okay.
So just remind me, what is your permanent solution to this problem?
A long extension cord going across my fucking lawn.
To your neighbor's house. To your neighbor's outside plug. I wonder if you plugged it into your neighbor's outside circuit. Are you friendly with your neighbor?
I don't feel the need to test that.
I would just be curious if you plugged it into your neighbor's same plug that you have yours plugged into. If you have a long extension cord, you plug it in there. I'm curious if that would set their circuits off.
And if it didn't, what would that mean? What would I do?
Isn't the better question if it did, how much problem you were solving for him automatically? Because maybe he wants to solve the problem and then can tell you what he did.
Well, maybe he didn't have the fucking problem, or I would have heard about it already.
I am so sorry I recommended you getting a smoker. Because really, if we really roll back the clock, isn't that really the solution?
God. Yeah. Okay, we still do have 3 more voicemails left.
Okay.
An hour and 5 minutes.
Go. I'm ready.
Here we go.
Hey, Doug, hey, Strick, Jared here. So, nice long episode, voicemail number 3 even. Strick, you're talking about, you did your kind of, well, you're in the middle of it or at the tail end of the brief summary of Trump with the Epstein thing. You said there's a couple of reasons why you think it's one, he's either involved or his buddies are and he's trying to bury it. Mm-hmm. The other was that it was all a fucking lie, which 100% could be the one of those, but there's a third option that you didn't consider, or maybe I'm calling in too quick, but you did say 2 and you mentioned 2 already. The third option is that the people on that list are so powerful that they want to try to use it as leverage, which I could see that. I could see that being done and using it for leverage. He's got a couple boys that are trying to follow in his footsteps that very well could try to step into politics. And what better way to help get them in is if, we'll bury this for you, but you got to make sure this happens. So I don't know. I don't know what the fucking answer is. But you guys also are like, why are they so hung up on this? Dude, it's fucking pedophiles. That's why we're so fucking hung up on this. It's our kids. So that's why this is such a big issue. This hits every fucking town in America. So yes, it's huge. And yes, I'm in agreement that this is complete bullshit. So anyways, all right, fellas, appreciate you guys. And as always, love the show.
I agree that it's huge too. The only thing in the past that's worried me is there are things that I thought were pretty huge, and the general public is like, whatever. Like the fact that literally the day of Joe Biden's inauguration, that Trump's son got a $2 billion investment from Saudi Arabia. Like nobody seems to care. They're worried about Hunter Biden maybe possibly getting $20 million in pseudo bribes because he used his dad's name. $20 million is 1/10 of what Jared Kushner is going to make on that $2 billion investment every fucking year. But anyway, I totally agree. I'm just happy that I agree with Jared that it is incredibly important. And that I'm glad people are not letting it drop, even though Mike, what's his fuck name, the Speaker of the House, basically shut the House down early
McCarthy.
so they wouldn't have to vote to yes or no to release the Epstein files. So they're out of session till September. And I think he's just hoping people will forget. And I fucking hope they don't.
Okay. Well, then again, we did take a dark turn once again. Nice guys. We were going along really there very well for a long time without any political talk.
Okay, we got 2 more voicemails. Are we ready
Okay.
to blast through them?
Yes, ready.
Here we go.
Hey, I noticed.
Hey, that guy's
Apparently, you're not ready to blast through them.
I am
Okay.
ready, but I just wanted to make a visual note here. At what point did you edit these voicemails? Because I noticed that you took out like some of the either static or dropout or something in there. When did you do that?
Well, I'm like working and talking and running and going.
Are you
I'm
doing that
it
all at
as
the
we're
same
talking.
time? That's just amazing how you do that. I
Dude,
don't
I'm
even.
multitasking. That's how I roll.
And some people have said, don't pay any attention to that man behind the curtain. And I would say, pay attention to that man. That is Strickland Bonner. He is working for quality control here. I mean, we're talking like live on air editing as we are going. I mean, that's pretty significant.
Well, I can see the visuals and I can tell that's like, okay, this was a dropout and this is just noise. And so I might as well clean it up. Like this one right here, I'm
Right.
guessing that's an I'm not going to cut it out because I'm not
Just
sure.
play that part right there.
Okay,
Just-
here we go. Oh, there we go. I mean, it was like,
that was close.
although
I can
I can tell just from that it was Jared. And
me too.
So, and what's interesting is, so that's a Jared, but that sounded like a Jared purposeful
Yeah, I'm with you.
explanation that was for dramatic effect that I would not want to cut out.
I agree with you. Everything you just said, I completely agree. Now, had I like picked, let's say, I don't know, Jeff Schofield or John Hall as a business partner for my or as a co-host, first, I think we would not have 1,650 episodes.
Agreed.
And secondly, I would not have the magician doing his fine tricks as I do with you, Strickland. So thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the accolades.
Recognize, but I'm sure I did not compare you to two people that you would like to be compared to at any point in your life.
Well, John Hall is an amazing musician. I will
Yeah.
give him that. And he has a great voice and he's also a very good songwriter. As far as working with him business wise, not so much, but that's okay. He does have some fine qualities.
Okay. No, he's a good guy. I like him,
Mhm.
but I don't see I don't see how I would have stayed in the game as long.
Agreed.
Okay.
I appreciate it. All right,
Okay.
here we go.
Hey, that guy's Rick Jared here. Voicemail number 4.
Wow.
So, man, you guys are really nice long episode, and I'm getting
Wait,
close
wait.
to the end, and
Didn't we just play this?
fuckers put off voicemails. You push them to the next week. Now,
Mm,
I'm not
No.
entirely upset by that, as long as you do play them this week that we're in now, which you
Yeah.
probably should have already listened to them.
Probably
But
should.
I got you fucking bastards, man. You should know this shit. So when it comes to voicemails, they're like food. It's FIFO. First in, first
Mhm.
out.
Right.
You can't reach around like you do in the grocery store and pull it out. When you work at a grocery store, first in, first out. You always move the old shit to the front, so
Mhm.
that way
Yes.
people that just come up and don't pay any attention, like Strickland,
Mhm.
grab that milk that's going to expire tomorrow and take it
True.
home with them.
True.
Mhm.
People like me will look in the back and cheat. So
Mm.
this is like food and like you're working at a grocery store. This is not like taxes. Last in, first out, so that they can tax you more. This is food as you're working in the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fellas. And I hope I made your day because I just added 4 more fucking voicemails. You're already 6. All right, fellas. Please love the show. See ya.
Yeah, he knew he was just doubling us up and making us work hard. And here
And-
we are an hour and,
I
10 minutes
just
in.
want to share a little warning note. If you happen to reach behind those expiring milk jugs in Trader Joe's to the back ones, the ones closest to the where they stock them, don't be surprised if somebody actually grabs your hand while you do that. It's very.
You get a little
it's,
slap.
It is
right?
a really. You don't think that there's anybody back there. You feel
Mhm.
like, okay, they're going to come out to the front to do all this. No, at Trader Joe's, they figured out a better way, and maybe they do this at all grocery stores. I just wasn't aware of this. They stock from the back, so the first thing that they put out there is going to be automatically pushed towards the front. Now there are some exceptions like fruit and vegetables, but all those like butter and milk and cheese and all of that, no, stocked right from the back.
Mhm.
Just so you know.
Okay. Are we ready for the very last voicemail?
I am. And I'm looking forward to the day when I can actually push the carts around at Trader Joe's. I'm going to look really good in my Hawaiian shirt. That will be my retirement.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello, Doug. Hello,
Hmm.
Strickland. It's Emily Aborn. I'm literally only calling. Well, let me just say this. To be honest, I did not understand like a word you guys said until like an hour into your podcast when you said the word Epstein. Like I was just like, I have no idea what they're talking about with this electrical circuit BS. B shit, as I call it. I just did not know. I don't know. And I did not either care to know.
But you listened.
So, I didn't really understand a lot of the episodes, so I don't really like have a reason for calling. But then you got to the end, and I said, oh, now I have a reason to call. I'm going to add to the chaos, add to the excessive amounts of voicemails that they are going to have to listen to in next week's episode. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. And then before I knew it, my fingers were dialing, and here we are. So, all right, that's all I called to say. Love you guys. Love the show. Can't wait to hear this one. I just think it's going to be torture for both of you and lovely for all of us.
So if I remember correctly, I think the show note writer
Yes.
did leave a note to that effect. I'd have to go back and look here. Let's go take a look.
Wait, I didn't read the show notes. What did the show note write? What are you presuming that the show notes writer wrote about?
I gotta remember
think
now.
what I think was really the most fun part of that voicemail message, Emily, that you left is understanding that you actually sat through an hour of nonsensical, non-understandable content to get to the part where we just committed to playing the voicemails this week, that point next week, and that's all that you were listening for. And you sat through the rest of the bullshit. It's great. I appreciate that. It kind of goes to the adage, those that don't like Howard, those that do like Howard Stern, listen to him for an hour. Those that don't like Howard Stern, listen to him for 2 hours.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And we appreciate that, Emily, so
much.
damn much. But I'm looking at the
1630
notes.
was- yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, episode 1630. The note says the show note is the wiring for 220, 221, whatever it takes. That was the title.
right.
So the title should give you a fair warning. The first hour of the episode is Tool time all over again, but without Tim Allen. So not as funny, or perhaps more funny, depending on your perspective. If you don't want to hear about Strickland's electrical issues, skip to around 56 minutes in or so. Hell, by that time, you should just skip the whole thing. Well, you could at least listen to a minute. You could listen to at least a minute to give them a download count.
Oh,
It
that's
keeps them
true.
wondering who's actually listening.
That's very good. That's very good. I did not listen to last week's episode. I'm assuming that the Mr. Mom intro is on there.
I think so. I don't even remember.
That's
Don't even remember. But yeah, Emily, we appreciate you sticking around.
Oh,
for
here
that
is a
long.
Trump golf track update, please.
Yeah, because you can always get that link from the show notes, the Trump golf track. So far, 185 days in office since January 20th. That would be about 6 months. 38 confirmed days spent golfing. Now, this doesn't include any days that it was not confirmed. It could be more than that, but 20% of his time in office has been spent golfing so far.
Well, you know how effective he has been at not only solving the Israel-Palestine conflict, but also the Russia and
Right. He
Right.
24 hours. He's gonna solve the Israeli war, and he's also going to solve the Ukraine-Russia war. Both of them, I think, we're right on the edge. I think he's almost got it. 6 months.
Didn't you see the latest New York Times headline? Israel and Palestine and the U.S. break up on peace call or something like that. They're not They're not moving forward with any kind of ceasefire.
Jeez, why don't they listen to Donald Trump? I don't understand. Everything he says makes so much sense.
Can't imagine why. Okay, did we wait? That's it?
That is the last voicemail. Now all we have to do is get to the 27 topics that you've written down.
I'm willing to put a pause, or as the kids say these days, put a pin in these kind of conversation for the subjects. But let me just make sure that I'm touching upon the subject, so you know. And if you wanted to hit on any of these subjects, we could.
Oh, and by the way, Emily, I'll be there in Portland, Maine, October 11th through the 13th. If you were going to come and visit, which would be wonderful.
Got it. Okay, so we have the celebrity trifecta, which ended up being a cinco-fecta of death. We had Ozzy Osbourne, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Hulk Hogan, Chuck Mangione, and Connie Francis. Now we could talk about
that's 5 now. No, but so it's 3, and then it restarts again at 3. So
so we're really just looking
and
for
Connie
another.
Francis are 1 and 2. So now we're waiting on number 3.
I got it. Okay, so then really the topic would be Ozzy, Malcolm, and Hulk dying. Okay, so that's topic number 1. We could spend a moment talking about that. We could talk about the incredible amount of confusion that I have as to whether I am getting solar or not, because I am at a point where I'm just about to make a decision, and I would like some community help with that. We can talk about that. Or we could talk about the thing that really surprised me the most when I opened up The Daily and there was an episode about Buc-ee's.
I saw that. I haven't actually listened to it yet, because isn't there they want to open one in Colorado, but Colorado doesn't want it?
Well, there's one particular part of Colorado that is more rural, and they're like, why are we going to put I think Buc-ee's wants to buy a 23-acre parcel of land to put their Buc-ee's in. I didn't realize exactly how large a swath of land that Buc-ee's actually needed to become a Buc-ee's.
Oh my God. Yeah. Because they've got the store the size of a grocery store, right? And then they've got 50 to 100 gas pumps. And then they've got to have parking lots, not just for around the gas pumps, but they get a lot of tractor trailers, and they get people that are people that need 2 or 3 or 4 parking spots. It's massive.
So how would you compare, let's say, I've never been to a Buc-ee's because I think they're not quite as west as I am. But how would you compare them to, let's say, a Sheetz or a what's the place that sells the fried chicken in Baltimore? What is it again?
Royal Farm.
Royal Farms. How does it compare to those? Because those can be pretty ginormous as well. It sounds like Buc-ee's puts them to shame.
Nowhere fucking close.
Nowhere close.
No, the largest Sheetz I've ever seen or been in is probably less than a quarter the size of a regular size Buc-ee's, and has about 1/10 the parking lot space. You should just do go to Google.
I'm Googling it right now.
And just look up a map, look up Buc-ee's, and then go to the map and then zoom in on one.
Oh my God, these things are fucking huge.
Mm-hmm.
They're but they're not a grocery store. They're more of a it's ginormous
very much
convenience store.
100%. It's like a Sheetz, but imagine a Sheetz on ridiculous steroids.
Right.
That also has a whole section that sells Sheetz merchandise and
Buc-ee's
shit.
merchandise.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
Yeah, most of the stores, a third or more of them is just merch. It's like Buc-ee's mugs and hats and shorts and bathing suits and sweatshirts and T-shirts and all kinds of shit.
Holding it till Buc-ee's. If you know, you know. I guess I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Holding it till Buc-ee's. So the big thing with Buc-ee's that they got their start was the bathrooms are clean, right? You go to a big ass truck stop and all the bathrooms are dirty as shit. So
right. I got it.
I'm not going to take a piss until I get to Buc-ee's because the bathrooms are
holding it till Buc-ee's. I get it now. Interestingly enough, the 4 bags of Buc-ee nuggets or beaver nuggets that you sent me, 2.5 of the bags are gone. Can't quite finish the other 2 the other 1.5 quite yet, because the ones that I'm on right now, which is the caramel and cinnamon sugar,
Mm-hmm.
They're so fucking sweet that I can eat like 2 of them before I get a stomach ache.
They're really good, but they are very sweet. Yeah.
They are very, very good. Okay. We have all of those topics. So Solar, Bucky's, and the trifecta of death that we.
All of those except the trifecta, I think, can wait till next week. I mean, the trifecta can wait. It's not like they're coming back to life.
Okay. That's true. So Ozzy, Malcolm, and Hulk.
Mhm.
Obviously,
not the Incredible Hulk. It would be Hulk Hogan.
No, not Bill Bixby. Bill Bixby, I believe, is already dead.
That's a goddamn.
That is a great question, isn't it? Hold on, let's look it up.
I'll look it up. Is Bill
Bixby
still alive?
Yeah,
he's our age.
No, Bill Bixby
he
died in 1993, my friend.
Sorry. Yeah, our age. That doesn't make sense.
You just had a lot of.
He died at our age, but that happened to be 1993. Yeah.
You had a lot of Incredible Hulk and Courtship of Eddie's father people very hopeful that he might still be alive. If anybody in our community remembers the Courtship of Eddie's father, you are way too fucking old to be listening to this show.
Dude, I thought you would be referencing My Favorite Martian. That's
My Favorite Martian as well. Well, wait. Yeah, My Favorite Martian. That was the first of all 3 of those shows, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
My Favorite Martian, then The Courtship of Eddie's father, then The Incredible Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty storied resume. That's a pretty.
Let me tell you about my best friend.
He's my one boy, cuddly boy, my up and down. Isn't that right?
Yeah, it was a weird fucking song too, because it was about. I don't even remember what the show was about, but I remember it's Bill Bixby and a kid. Like, was it his son or was it like a stepson?
I don't know. It sounds a little bit pedophiliac,
right? Exactly.
He's my one boy, my cuddly toy. Is that right?
Yeah, it was super fucking weird.
It was Bill and the son, and I think was it an Asian housekeeper? Is that right? Am I getting any of that right?
Well, you know what else is interesting? It's called The Courtship of Eddie's father. So Eddie was the kid who was courting him.
All right,
I don't remember
second.
the show.
I got to go to my friend at ChatGPT. Storyline of Courtship of Eddie's father. Okay, here is the storyline. It follows Tom Corbett, a widowed magazine publisher, and his young son, Eddie, who wants his dad to remarry. The heart of the story is Eddie's often humorous attempts to play matchmaker for his father, offering advice and setting him up with various women, sometimes with unintended results. The series, which ran from 1969 to 1972, so Strickland and I were basically 5 to 7 years old, blends family comedy and heartfelt moments, focusing on their close father-son bond, supported by the wise and funny housekeeper, Mrs. Livingston, who explores the love, loss, and challenges of rebuilding the family after tragedy. What was her nationality? Okay,
she was Asian.
Mrs. Livingston was portrayed as Japanese. The character was played by Miyoshi Umeki, who also is Japanese, and the first and only Asian woman to win an Academy Award for acting. Nice. Well, there you go.
And the song makes more sense now because it's the son basically singing the song. I want you to come and meet my dad, who's my best friend, and he's a really great guy, and you should date him because I think he's a great guy. That makes more sense now.
Okay, people, let me tell you about my best friend. He's my warm-hearted person who will love me till the end. People, let me tell you about my best friend.
Are you actually looking at the lyrics now?
He's a one-boy cuddly toy, my up and down, my pride and joy. I get that now.
It's still a little weird. That's kind of weird things for a son to say.
Whether we're talking man to man or whether we're talking son to son, because he's my best friend. Yes, he's my best friend.
Okay. It was a weird song.
It was kind of weird. But he really didn't get, what's it called? Typecasted? Because he goes from My Favorite Martian to Courtship of Eddie's Father to The Incredible Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. Do we wrap up here, or do we talk about? Do we go? We didn't even talk about. How did we get to Bill Hickson?
I don't even know. I think we should wrap it up here. I think that was an excellent non sequitur to end the
Okay,
show on.
we'll get back to the trifecta of death. In some cases, we might have two trifectas to talk about because we're one stiff short of of three of a kind in the second trifecta, and then we'll talk about my solar challenges, and of course we've already talked about Bucky, so we did cross one of those off of the list.
Okay.
Share your ideas with us about what were we going to have them share ideas about?
Quotes, like movie quotes
quotes
for Steve O'Brien to say.
Okay, and then I was giving away the balls. I was giving away the
Right.
balls powder. Leave us a voicemail. Let me know about your balls. Steve O'Brien, take us out of here.
For the nice guys on business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Fill up your week with the nice guys. Why am I reading this copy? This sucks. Oh, yeah, they're paying me. Act like you care. Act like you care. Hey, sorry the show's running a little long. We had to take a few avocado toast breaks for Doug.